This will be for the con-assignment, area of triangles. So the formula for the area of a triangle, it is just 1/2 b times h. Okay, where b is the length of the base and h is the length of the height. And you want to remember that the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. Okay, that means they make a right angle to each other. So recall my definition for the altitude of a triangle. An altitude is basically the height of a triangle. It goes from a vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite side. It can be inside, outside, or one of the sides of a triangle. All right, so in this case, in the first case, the altitude or height is inside the triangle. And notice it makes a right angle to the base. And in this case here, a right triangle, the altitude is one of the sides. And again, it makes a right angle with the base. And finally, in some cases, the altitude is actually outside the triangle. But nevertheless, if you extend the base, you can see that it makes a right angle and it's perpendicular to the base. So using our formula, area equals 1/2 base times height. Start with the 1/2. Okay, for the base, that will be this side right here. So that is 16. So in place of b, I'll plug in 16. And the height has to start at a vertex, and it will be perpendicular to that base. So you can see the right angle here. This side length here is your height. That's just 8. So in place of h, I'm going to write 8. All right, and whenever there's an even number, that's the easiest number to multiply by 1/2. So if I do 1/2 times 16, that's just 8. And we still have an 8 there. And of course, 8 times 8 is just 64. So that's the area of this triangle. You can ignore this side right here. 64 in the box. All right, and since we did base times height, whatever the units were, got squared. Like if it were feet times feet, that would be feet squared. So that's why it says units squared. All right, so same formula each time, area of a triangle. We start with 1/2. The base is going to be this side right here. That's 18. So in place of b, I write 18. And the height has to be perpendicular to this base. It needs to start at a vertex point, and then it has to be at a right angle to the base. So the height is 15. Okay, you can do the whole thing on the calculator, but it's like I said, it's easier to distribute the 1/2 times an even number. 1/2 of 18 is 9. And 9 times 15 is going to be 135. So that's it. Type in the box 135. So here's one that might be a little bit awkward for some people. All right. So same formula. Okay. And remember that the base, we'll start with the 1/2. Remember that the base and the height have to make a right angle to each other. All right, so this one right here is going to be the base. So in place of b, I write 2. And here's the right angle. So this one here must be the height. All right, notice it starts at a vertex point. Okay, and it just measures the distance from here to this point right here. All right, so the height of the triangle is 5. 1/2 times 2 is just 1, times 5 is 5. And you just enter that number in the box. All right, last one. Remember, for the right triangle, we said the height is actually one of the sides. So this right here will be the base. Whoops, I accidentally wrote BH. It's 1/2 BH. All right, start with 1/2. And for the base B, I'm going to plug in 16. And for the height, you find the side or distance that is at a right angle, the side length or the length that is at a right angle to the base. That's 12. In place of H, I write 12. 1/2 of 16 is just 8 times 12. That's going to be 96. Right in the box.